Hello everyone, I hope you all are well and having a great day so far. So if your basbousa has ever turned out dry, dense and just not right, you're not the problem, the method is. Today I'm going to show you how to make it the traditional way so it turns out soft, perfectly balanced and soaked with just the right amount of syrup. Now this dessert is known by many names across the Middle East like basbousa, harissa, namura. In Greece it's called rivani. But no matter what you call it, it's a simple semolina cake that's baked until golden brown and finished with a fragrant sugar syrup. What makes this version different isn't complicated ingredients, it is the technique, and the most important step actually starts the night before. Let's start with the ingredients because the texture of this basbousa depends completely on using the right ones. So for the batter, you need 600 grams of coarse semolina, that's about 4 cups, 400 grams of granulated sugar, about 2 cups, 400 grams of yogurt, also 2 cups, 50 grams of ghee, about 2 tablespoons, a half a teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and finally, you need some raw almonds or pistachios for the top, completely optional, but they make it look beautiful. Now, the most important ingredient in this recipe is the semolina. This recipe only works with coarse semolina. That's what gives basbousa its signature texture. If you use fine semolina, the texture will be completely different and it won't turn out the same. You can usually find this in Middle Eastern grocery stores, or you can order it online if you don't have one nearby. I will make sure to leave a link in the description box to the one I am using. And one more thing that makes a big difference in flavor is the ghee. Please make sure you use a good quality ghee because it really adds that rich traditional taste. Alright, now let's get started on the batter. This batter is incredibly simple and everything comes together in just one bowl. So we're going to start with the dry ingredients first. So to a large bowl, I'm going to add the semolina, the sugar, the baking soda and the baking powder. Now mix everything together until it's evenly combined. Next, add the ghee and using your hands, gently mix it into the semolina until it's fully incorporated and the mixture looks like soft sand. This step helps distribute the fat evenly and gives the basbousa that soft, tender texture. Now add the yogurt and mix it gently with a spatula just until everything comes together. This recipe is made without eggs, but the yogurt is what keeps it soft and moist. Just make sure you are using plain yogurt because flavored yogurt usually contains additives that can change the texture of the batter. And if you prefer a dairy-free version, you can also use water instead of yogurt and it will still work perfectly. Okay, at this point the batter will look thick and that's exactly what you want. Now this is where most people make the biggest mistake. They bake it right away. Don't. We're going to cover this up and let it sit for at least 8 hours, preferably overnight. This step allows the semolina to fully absorb all the moisture and that's what gives you a soft, tender basbousa instead of a dry one. And while it's resting, you can go ahead and soak your almonds or pistachios, whatever you are using, in a little water so they don't burn while baking. Alright, now this is the batter I prepared last night, and since this batter has yogurt in it, I usually pop mine in the fridge overnight and then the next morning I take it out before baking so it can come to room temperature, so it can bake nice and even in the oven. And as you can see, it is much thicker now and more set. That's exactly what we need. So now we are ready to bake it. So start by preheating your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and then prepare your baking dish. I'm using a 9 by 13 inch pan, and to grease it I like to use 1 tablespoon of ghee and about 1 teaspoon of tahini. The ghee adds a flavor and the tahini helps the sides and bottom get a nice golden color. Now use a brush to spread it evenly all around the pan. Make sure to coat the sides as well. Now transfer the batter into the baking dish and use your hands to spread it evenly. If it feels a little sticky, just wet your hands lightly with a bit of water and smooth the surface gently until it's nice and even. Now lightly score the top. Start by making straight lines about 1 to 1.5 inches. Then turn the pan and make lines going the other direction to create squares. You can make them bigger or smaller depending on how you like to serve them. But scoring the top makes it much easier to cut after baking, and it also helps you place your nuts evenly. Now place your pistachios or almonds in the center of each square. Alright, now this looks perfect now. I'm going to place my pan on the bottom rack of my preheated oven and bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit until the edges turn brown. This usually takes about 40 minutes in my oven, but every oven is different, so keep an eye on it because you don't want to burn it. And once it's ready, I'll show you the next step. Now while the basbousa is baking away, we are going to make the syrup, and we are using a simple 2-to-1 ratio of sugar and water, which gives you the perfect consistency, not too thin and not too heavy. And for the size of the basbousa we are making today, this is the exact amount you need, so no guessing, no leftovers. So you need 640 grams of granulated sugar, that's about 3¼ cups, 320 milliliters of water, that's 1⅓ cups, 40 grams of ghee, the juice of ½ lemon, and if you like, you can add about a teaspoon of rose water for a light floral flavor. Now in a saucepan, you're going to combine the sugar and water and bring it up to a boil over medium heat. Once it starts boiling, add the lemon juice and lower the heat and just let it simmer gently for about 8 to 10 minutes or until it thickens slightly. Then add the rose water if you're using any, add the ghee also and let it melt completely. Now you can turn the heat off and keep the syrup warm until the basbousa is ready. At this point, check on the basbousa. Once the edges are nicely golden brown, lightly brush the top with a little melted ghee and return it to the oven. This time, place it 1 rack higher and broil on low just until the top becomes beautifully golden brown. Now, this usually takes only about 5 to 10 minutes, so keep a close eye on it because it can brown very quickly. My basbousa just came out of the oven, so I'm going to run my knife now gently along the lines we scored earlier to separate the pieces. This helps the syrup soak in evenly. And now while both the basbousa and syrup are still hot, pour the syrup slowly over the entire pan. And don't be afraid to use all of the syrup. It might look like a lot, but this recipe is balanced perfectly and the basbousa will absorb every bit of it. And now comes the hardest part, waiting. This has to sit for at least 4 hours to fully absorb all the syrup and set properly. So just let it sit at room temperature and give it time to do its thing. Alright, it's finally ready. Let's see how it turned out. This is exactly how it should be. Soft, tender, perfectly moist without being soggy. The syrup is fully absorbed, the top has that golden bite, and the inside just melts in your mouth. This is exactly how a proper basbousa should taste like. If you've never made basbousa before, honestly, this is the perfect recipe to start with. Everything comes together in just one bowl. It uses simple ingredients and the texture is completely different from a regular cake. It is simple, authentic, and absolutely worth the wait. And once you make it once, it becomes one of those recipes that you keep coming back to, especially when you want something that is easy but still impressive. If you do try this recipe, I really want you to come back to the comments and let me know what you think, especially if this is your first time making it. I always love hearing how it turns out for you. But that's all I got for you guys today. I really hope that you all enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please thumbs it up, consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!